Chapter 30. The wonderful, happy, incredibly delightful ending. Monday morning was a very stressful time for Donny Schumacher. He had not been able to scrape up the $12 he owed Kipper. So he was trying to sneak into the school through the door without being noticed. Kipper saw him. "Hey, kid!" yelled Kipper. "Wait up! I got something for you!" Donny pulled at the door, but it was locked. He kept pulling and pulling anyway, and as Kipper approached, "I got some money for you," said Kipper nervously. He reached into his pocket and he handed Donny a crinked $5 bill. Donny stopped pulling at the door and looked at the money in Kipper's hand. "Is this a trick?" Donny asked. "No," Kipper said. "I'm really sorry I took money for you. And, kid, I'm gonna pay you back every dollar as soon as I can, okay?" Okay," said Donny. He looked up to the $5 bill from Kipper's hand and rushed to the front door of the school. His morning had turned out a lot different than he expected. All around the school, the other kindergartners were having similar experience. Frankenstein was not only passing out the money, he was also offering to carry every kindergartner's book bag to class. Bug was heading out to cash the free bubblegum, and Luigi was disturbing dollars, and what kindergartners giving him wedges as they wanted. Kipper and his three friends eventually paid back all the money they had stolen, and they never bullied another person as long as they lived. Once George and Harold were certain that their enemies had truly been reformed, they call up the vengeful wrath of Wedgie McGee. The terrifying curse had finally been lifted. Everyone was happy, and all it was with the world. I'd like to tell you that this was the end of our story. I really would, but I can't. Because this wonderful, happy, incredibly delightful ending is what was supposed to happen, not what actually did happen. Remember back in Chapter 8 when Tippy Tinkle Trousers was fighting off Captain Underpants, but he accidentally froze his robo-legs at the school's football field. Well, if you recall, Tippy got out of his jam by zapping himself back in time exactly 5 years earlier. Now see if you can guess which night occurred exactly 5 years earlier. If you guessed the night of terrible thunderstorm that forever changed the lives of Kipper and his buddies, you would be correct. Unfortunately, but some wild, a tragic coincidence, Tippy sent himself as the gigantic Robopants in time to the very moment when Kipper and his friends were running across the football field toward their homes, ignoring the consciousness wisdom of the banana cream pie paradox, Tippy's reckless journey back through time would end up making one small, seemingly innocuous change. And this one tiny, insipid change to the world and eventually destroy all hopes for the future of our civilization. And much I hate to do it, let's go back to the darkened hallway of our fateful stormy night and found out what really happened. The four distracted sequencer then tumbled downstairs and shoved their way back to the back door of the school. As they ran across the football field toward their homes, something about Kipper and his friends changed forever, but they were never again to be the same despicable bullies they once were.